Hello everyone, my name is Seth Adams. I work for Connected Media and do the Stratocast for Stratamus.com every week, and I just want to show you guys how we do our podcast over Skype. I'm actually on a separate side of the state from my co-host, so we actually do our podcast over Skype, and we've done it many different ways. If you go online, you actually see a bunch of people showing you that you can use a program called Line In and Soundflower. But in my experience with those, the audio tends to be a lot quieter, just simply if it's going through some virtual noise there, so it doesn't always actually sound as good as what I'd like it to. So I went over and I was trying to find the best program and the best thing to do it, and this is kind of what I came across, but I was just going to show you guys a little bit more simplified of a way, at least the way that I find to do it. So what you're going to need is you're going to need GarageBand, and that is a program that comes with most Macs. You should have it actually on your Mac already. And then you're going to need a program called Audio Hijack Pro. This is not a free program like Skype or GarageBand, so you can actually torrent it for free. I did the same thing, but then after I saw how much I was going to use it, I just went ahead and bought it. It's just a very simple program to use, and it's actually only cost me 32 bucks. And to be completely honest with you, this program is pretty great for all that I use it for $32. Money well spent. So I definitely say that you should go out and buy this program if you end up using it. Support the developers. You know, they put a lot of time into it. It's good for it's good for us to support them. So what I'm going to show you is basically how to use Audio Hijack, and that's pretty much where everything starts. So where you have it set up, it actually comes up ready to go with Skype. A great feature of Audio Hijack Pro is that I don't have to do too much to set up Skype. What you do is go ahead and click on the input button right here and then click on advanced. And what you'll have here is a couple different ways to actually capture the audio. What I do is I have play outputs through both channels and play inputs through mute. So basically anything that Adam or Lori say on the other end of the podcast comes through and is actually recorded in Audio Hijack. I mute myself from being recorded in Audio Hijack because I record myself separately and then just put the audio together later in GarageBand or Logic. So go ahead and just make sure everything right here pretty much looks the same, and then just hit OK. And then go ahead and go over here to the recording tab, and you'll see where I have it set up just to go to the GarageBand folder. Just make sure you guys know where you're putting your audio files. It really stinks when you can't find it. So, and then this is actually default. So whatever input source that you're using, whether it's iTunes, DVD player, or anything else that you set up right down here, it'll actually say name, which is Skype, and then you have the date right here, and then also the time. So it actually goes in, and then when it saves a file, it will call it Skype, and then the time of 12:53 a.m. I mean the date first, and then the time of 12:53 a.m. So it's very easy to do that. So what you'll do is you'll go ahead and click on Hijack right here. And if you click on that, it'll say, hey, you know, blah, 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 quit and relaunch, haha. But I've already actually done that. So what you want to do is actually go over here and then just go ahead and start your call. So I'm going to go ahead and call the Skype test call service here.
Hello, welcome to
It's going to make me quit. All right, let me show you how to do this. So you'll have to hijack it, and it'll actually, you know, quit and relaunch it for you. And it's going to go ahead and do that. As you can see, it closes Skype and reopens it. It's natural for it to do that. It's actually pretty easy. So then it pops up, and you saw already you've got some spikes there from Skype already. So you want to click on the Skype test call right here, or actually the people that you're doing the podcast with. And you'll notice that even though once we start this call, and when I talk, there's going to be no spikes right here whatsoever, and there's only going to be spikes when she calls. So that means you have it actually set up right where it's not capturing your voice, it's only capturing the people on the call. So go ahead and call it. Perfect, right there. And as I'm talking,
hello, welcome to Skype call testing service. After the beep, please record a message. Afterwards, your message will be played back to you.
and as you can see, when I talk, nothing happens. So that's absolutely great. So we're going to go ahead and end the call. So that means that you actually have Audio Hijack actually set up properly. So once you do all that, what you want to do is then it just goes into recording your audio. So I pulled up this already and got this all set for us. when you start up a new podcast, it's going to automatically put in these 3, at least it does for me. So what you want to do is actually get these extra ones out of here if you're not going to use them. So I actually just hit Command Delete and delete each track out of there that I'm not going to use. This one right here, as you can see, I'm already getting some spikes. I am sharing my microphone input with GarageBand as well as QuickTime, which I'm actually recording this video on, so I'm not getting as high of a spike as I'd want to, but you can actually adjust your volume right here up and down. It's really great. That's a separate track volume right there. So what you'll do is you'll just go ahead and get that ready, and then what I do is that Adam and I, Adam is the actual author and creator of Stratamus.com. You actually go in here and I'll hit record and then hit record here, and then what I say, Adam will go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I say that with him so that we can actually match up our audio spikes. So when I actually hit record here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. We'll just stop that right there. So as you can see, there's a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and if you pull in Adam's, it'll do the exact same thing. Adam's exact thing. He'll say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then he'll go into his little spiel in the intro. The reason why I do this is so that when I do import the other track from Audio Hijack, I can line up these spikes together so that we know we're exactly right, so that there's no delay between us talking or anything like that, and it sounds really smooth. So what you'll do here is that, let's say this is what I recorded here. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up right here. This is where I have my Audio Hijack file saved. So we'll just go ahead and pull in the second part of our audio here from our October 28th show, and I just go over here and I just drag it and drop it in and just throw it right down there. And so what that does is that makes it so that now what they have recorded in Skype will actually go into GarageBand 2, and then all I have to do is just go through and edit everything and make sure that everything is all lined up, and then, you know, adjusting their vocals and everything like that if I see fit, going up and down in terms of that, and everything. So you'll see these audio spikes, and what you'd want to do is just slide it over and line up the audio spikes as much as possible. So this isn't the exact same one, so but he did a 3, 2, 1, so this will be right around there. So what I do is I try to line up the 1 as best as possible, the 2 kind of, and the 3, but the 1 is probably the most important, and then you just play it on through and get that all set up. So it's a very effective way of recording. It's a very solid way to actually get good audio out of your recording and have your podcast sound the best that it possibly can. So what I do is I actually go ahead and get this all set up, and I get it all meshed, and then I add in audio. So, you know, you can drag and drop something from iTunes if you want to, a separate audio file that your friend sends you from Skype, whatever. But what I do is I have an actual separate intro that I do. So I actually do the separate intro, play our intro music, which is specific to whatever episode. We did the thing on Pokemon last week, so of course we did the intro to Pokemon. And then you go ahead and play the intro, and then you just mesh up all of these, and then of course you can go through and edit, and editing in GarageBand is something completely different. I won't go into that, but that's exactly how I do it. The reason why I do that, like I said, I just cut Soundflower out, I cut Line In out, I use one program to record the Skype call from their end, and then I just record myself in GarageBand or Logic and just make it super easy for myself, just by lining up these spikes and everything like that. So that's all I have for you guys today. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to comment below. I'll try to take a look at those and answer them as much as I possibly can. You can also talk to me at Frocor8 on Twitter. That's FROCOR8, and my name is Seth Adams, and I also, like I said, work for Connected Media. So if you need anything, you can always go over to the connectedmedia.com and look me up there and contact me there as well if you guys have any questions. So thank you guys for watching the video, and I hope it helped out.